Hello everyone, welcome to class. Today's subject is ing and infinitive forms. Now, the ing form we'll be discussing more specifically is the gerund form. Gerund is what we call in English a verb noun, and you have a similar word that you use in Croatian. So a gerund is an ing form. An infinitive form is, we're very familiar. We use these infinitive forms usually when we have more than one verb in a sentence. So we'll be talking about why we use either the gerund or the infinitive. So let's begin with the gerund form, ing. Now, we either can use gerunds as subjects, and we can also use them as objects. Now, hence a noun can either be a subject or an object of a sentence. So, for example, a gerund. I can say skiing is my hobby. Now, the subject in this sentence, of course, is skiing. Skiing is a gerund. So that is an example of a gerund being used as subject in a sentence. We can also reorder this sentence and say, my favorite hobby is skiing, and skiing is more or less the object. So, and the sentence means the same thing. The second use that we often use is gerunds after prepositions or adverbs. And when we use them after a preposition or an adverb, they take the role as an object. So we also can see this in Croatian, zaplivanje, zašetanje, you can use these verb noun forms after prepositions for swimming. So for example, I'm interested. Oh, yes. What are we interested in? We follow interested always after in. Okay. Now here we'll use a gerund. Okay. What are we interested in? Well, obviously we are interested in learning. Okay. We are interested in learning English, of course. So, learning here follows in, which is a preposition. Okay, another example of this. What are we good at? Well, I'm not, or not good at. I'm not good at. What are you not good at? Let me hear. Okay. I'm not good at swimming. Okay, we'll be dull, but swimming is a gerund. Gerund here is an object. It follows the preposition at. So we have covered two of the three main ways and reasons we use gerunds. Now, the third way we use after certain verbs. And more clearly, we'll take a look at some of these verbs. You can see here, adore, don't mind, hate, love, hate, love, like, can't help, can't imagine, can't stand. So let's just pretend I adore eating cevapi. I don't mind eating cevapi. I hate eating cevapi. I love eating cevapi. I like eating cevapi, and so on. Okay, so after these verb types, we use gerunds. Okay, now here the gerund functions more or less like an object of the verb. So you can see some of these examples. I don't feel like going out. Going is a gerund used after like. Okay? Now, um, these are primarily the three main ways we can use gerunds, simple gerunds, in a sentence. Let's take a look at some of these examples. I don't mind having dessert. I'm watching my weight. Okay. I'm not sure I want the job because it involves working. Okay. So having, not having, is the gerund. Okay. And gerunds, this is very important. Gerunds emphasize more of a continuous act or a completed act. Okay. So, for example, I stopped talking. Okay. This emphasizes talking, emphasizes the completion that I finished something. Okay, I finished talking with you, and we usually use gerunds after verbs with the emphasis which emphasize in completion. Okay, this is very different than the infinitive. So, for example, um, I forgot, excuse me, not forgot, I stopped talking versus and I stopped to talk. Okay, we can say with or to him. Now, here we have a gerund here and an infinitive with to here. Okay, so this sentence means something entirely different than this sentence. Number two means that I stopped for the purpose to talk. And that leads us to our next subject of infinitives with to. Now, infinitives. Number one, we use to show purpose. Okay. Now, a word we use for purpose we can clearly define as why. Why we did something. For what purpose? Why did we go to Lidl or wherever you like to shop? Kanzu maybe? I don't know. Why? Who? Buy? Huh. I don't know. Maybe Lena Lotta. Maybe whatever. It doesn't matter. But it demonstrates purpose here. So, I took a vacation. I took a vacation. Now, this by itself is fine, but if we want to give more detail, we may add an infinitive to demonstrate why we took the vacation. Okay, to rest. Okay, so to rest is the reason why we took the vacation. I went to school to learn. I went to the movie to watch a film. Okay, so number one, infinitives show purpose. They answer why something is or why we do the things we do. Okay? So, number two. Okay, number two, we use after typically adjectives. Okay, so for example, the subject, tema, the topic is hard, okay, to understand. Now, this also translates pretty well into Croatian most cases. So, hard is an adjective, okay? It's an adjective. Now, we may use and do use infinitives often after adjectives. Okay, so it emphasizes the way this is hard, why this is hard, how this is hard. Okay, so that is number two. Okay, pretty simple. All right, this test is difficult to take. You are hard to read. That means that I cannot figure you out. We do this all the time. Okay, the house is hard to find. The house is easy to find. So let me hear one of your examples. Okay, that's pretty good. Keep it up. All right. So let's move on to reason number three. Okay, infinitives we use again after certain verbs. Okay, now the verbs that we will learn are these right here. So agree. I agreed to do my homework. I appeared to like you. He arranged to go on a vacation. I expect to do my homework. I hope to do my homework. We learned how to do our homework. I offered you to do your homework. That doesn't make much sense. He offered to buy the house for me. That's pretty nice. Okay, so you get the picture. All right. So you can see we have arranged to meet on the 25th. Okay. Now, let us look. We also may follow verbs with an object plus infinitive with to. Okay. For example, they encouraged me. Okay. They advised me. Okay. Me here is the object. Okay. So, um, explain. Um, we, the explanation for this is we simply can use an object after the verb, okay? Then we may use the infinitive. Pretty simple stuff. All right, now, infinitives without to, we will use make and let. Additionally, we will cover help very quickly. Okay, so for example, okay, help. Now this is used as an imperative. Help me find the house. Now, in English, we have two different types of infinitives. We have infinitives with to, and we have infinitives without to. So infinitives without to, we use after help, make, oops, I always write made, make, have, as we just learned our previous lesson, as a causative, have him do. Um, we also help make, we also can use them after modals. And we might talk about this someday. We use them in present subjunctive, and that's an entirely different subject. But these are some of the main, there are more, but we use infinitives without to, usually after all of these words or forms. So the example here, help me find. Let me go. Let me go. Okay, go is the infinitive without to. So we have more with this lesson. Mostly we're talking about specific verbs, remember and forget. Okay, now these verbs are special because we can have different meanings. Okay, for example, we can use remember or forget with a gerund to talk about memories. He'll never forget meeting Alice for the first time. Okay, that's a memory. Okay, so we can also use it with an infinitive rather than a gerund to say we do or don't want to do something. Okay, so um, I forgot to do my homework. I didn't do it, right? I remembered to do it. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So we'll do just a couple examples here. All right. Now, Hua watched TV for 2 hours last night. Okay. Hua spent 2 hours watching TV. Spent watching. Okay. So, watching TV. Okay. Last night. All right. So, she won't say who broke the window. She's refusing to say who broke the window. Bravo! Good job, guys. You're doing great. All right. Now, um, let's do one more and then we'll call it quits. Okay? We should arrive in about 10 minutes. Ooh, what do you think? Let me hear it. Ah, very good. Very good. You guys are good. So, keep up the practice, do your homework, and we'll see you in class. Thank you. Have a good day.